some technical difficulties, but I'm hoping it's clear now. So if you can hear us, press something in the chat for me, please, to let me know that everything is a-okay. You gotta love technology, and we'll wait a little bit. Bingo! Yay!
All
Yay!
right.
All right. So before I was asking about the origin of Ulfhednar, and Carbon will make you go through the whole goddamn thing again, even though I heard it all. It was a beautiful story.
I can I can go through it again.
All right, man. Give us the Cliff Notes version, though.
Cliff notes. All right. I won't get into the nitty gritty. Basically, Jello, another owner of the org, myself, started gaming with each other 2015. 2007 rolls around, and we wanted to do something a little bit more. So we wanted some content creators for an org called Havav Gaming. Owners there were focused about themselves and themselves only. I didn't want to help anybody out. Um, so we left and decided that we wanted to start our own. So that's when we started up Guardian Esports. It was we named it Guardian because we wanted to name an org for fathers who did competitive. After a little while, decided to open it up to gamers who were 16 years or older to kind of broaden our reach. And also, we opened it up to streamers and content creators after a little after we opened it up to 16-year-olds. From there, we started to notice that the esports realm for Guardian was getting pretty muddy. As far as there was two other Guardian esports, then a Guardian. We just didn't have our like we originally did. So I was trying to find a name one night that we could use. I'm pretty heavily into Norse mythology, and I thought of Ulfhednar. They were basically elite warriors who followed all the Norse gods. They were berserkers. They didn't take anybody's shit. They had no fears. They couldn't feel pain. They were the baddest of the baddest, basically, and that's what I wanted us to be when we got into competitive gaming as well. So that's kind of how we got to where we're at right now.
See, and I like the Cliff Notes
Pretty
version
quick.
because everything everything was broken down. Now, you're a father of two. You recently had a baby. So tell the world how much of a pain in the ass it is to try and balance being a husband, a father, a full-time job. You're in management, so you have people under you, and then in the little amount of spare time that you have, helping run an esports org. How much of a pain in the ass is
It's a pain in
that?
the it's not too bad. It all comes down to time, man.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, like trying to juggle it all. I have not been time management as far as trying to involve with the org as much as I should. I know as soon as I got this newer job, it was a couple months after my second son was born. It just, my commute time went from like 35-minute commute to an hour commute. Um, the days, I wouldn't say they were longer, but starting out, I tried staying a little bit longer just to help out with stuff.
Mhm.
So it'd be leave at 6 in the morning, get home at 5, be with the try to get stuff done around the house, and then when it came time to hopefully game or do stuff with the org, it's like, man, I just want to sleep.
I get it.
and
I get it.
but it's one of those things like I feel bad about it too because I don't want to be slacking from it and stuff. I'm actively still trying to do stuff for the org. I'm just not gaming as much as I was. Even on weekends too, like I catch myself like I think everybody's kind of been there where you'll hype yourself up all day. You're like, okay, this day I'm finally gonna game. I'm gonna do it, and then you're sitting by your PS4 or your PC and you're like, no, don't feel it.
Man,
Um,
it's like that now. You want to sleep, like you just or not even sleep. Sometimes you just want to sit on the couch, grab your drink, grab your food, whatever, and just relax. You
oh
know.
yeah,
So we get it.
yeah.
We get it. It's not that big of a deal, in all honesty. Um, Now, did you have a chance to watch the Modern Warfare reveal?
I have not yet.
Oh my
I
goodness.
do need to. I know I'm slacking there too.
I
I heard it's pretty good. I also heard that if you pre-order it, you get what's his name in Blackout,
oh, Captain Price.
Captain Price.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep. And if you pre-order it, you get early access, and I forget the actual dates, but you get early access 2 3 days, yeah, 2 or 3 days before the beta. So you would
really.
actually get like 5 to 6 days of beta testing, which
That's pretty sweet.
yeah, which is what I'm gonna do. Um, one thing I want to talk to you about because we share a common interest in golf, and one of the things that I've learned in my 39 years on this wonderful planet is that golf is a very frustrating sport. But between golfing and between helping run an esports organization, I've learned that patience is a virtue you would definitely have to have. What's been one of the most frustrating things from the time you started the esport, from the time you started Ulfhednar till today? What's one of the most frustrating things you've had to deal with? Besides me, because Lord knows I'm a pain in the ass. I'm a pain in
Yeah,
the
you are a
ass.
pain in the ass, big time.
Yes, I am.
Um, I think this is a common across the board for most. I think it um, comes down to invest time into people when it comes to competitive side of things. Um, I don't know how many times I've tried getting teams in for to play competitive under the org with the future goal of trying to fully fund them when it comes to stuff.
Right.
To have things just kind of fall apart. I think the most frustrated that's frustrating in a whole, but the part that gets me the most is um, having the people there that are saying that they'll be doing certain things to get better. You're putting your time in to try to help them get better, to set them up for stuff, and then things just blow up. Whether it comes to their egos, um, their chemistry as a team, it just when you put in months on end, just your own time trying to get things situated, and then it kind of blows up in your face.
Hmm.
That to me is probably, and I've tried being patient with it over time. Like I know before the first one I had, I tried rushing us into stuff, and then after I started seeing things, I'm like, okay, we're gonna take a more methodical approach to it. Kind of slow things down a little bit, get her feet wet a little, but not too much. And it just seems like every time it's just always fell apart. Um, I guess that's the most frustrating.
You know what, man, I 100% understand that. And again, this I can kind of correlate this with golf. I'm very particular about who I golf with. Like, I don't just, go out and golf with anyone because, as you know, it's a gentleman's sport and you have to trust the people that you're golfing with. And for esports, I think it's kind of the same thing. You need to mesh well. And not only, with management, but with the team that you're helping put together. You can't have just
Yep.
people that are going to clash personality wise because it'll never ever amount to anything. Um,
Yep.
so that's one of the things that I've learned with golf. Crip has a question though. He wants to know how tall you are because he's trying to size you up and see if he wants to drive out and whoop your ass. I'm
I'm
guessing you're
I'm
like 6'6".
hell no. Hell no. My brother-in-law is 6'8".
Okay, so you gotta be like 6'4". Then you gotta be about my height.
No, I'm 5'10".
Damn. There you go, Crip.
Uh,
He's 5'10". And Matt's
I
telling Crip
I
to
think I'm probably still taller than him though.
yeah, Crip's like
What was
five
Crip, like
six.
5'2"?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's a midget, dude. He's not that tall. He's not that tall. Um, Crip says you're only an inch taller than him. That's awesome. Um, as your kids get older, um, what what are your future plans? Like, do you want to get back into the competitive side of gaming? Because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with everyone here that you and Jello used to be very, 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 very good. Do you want to try to jump back into the competitive side on your end, or do you want to stay on the administrative side?
oh man, I've actually thought about that a lot. Um, I want to say I'm past my prime. Um,
Oh,
I think it would actually depend on the. Um, I know for a fact you got these 15, 16-year olds winning freaking Fortnite worlds and stuff, and that's all they do. They go to school. The summer they don't. They literally play 24/7,
Mhm.
hone their craft. Um, is it possible to try to get into something competitive down the road? I think so, but I think me, I'd have to have a natural like that knack to it right away.
Right.
Um, I can't have that time devoted like I used to, especially having two kids now. And I think anybody with kids like you, Crip, Jello, TG, who's ever watching this too, they can kind of relate to that because now my focus, I mean, it's not just the org, not just work and everything, but it's my
Mhm.
kids.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna lie, like at night, I could have time. I could put a couple hours. I could get a little less sleep if I needed to, but I think just looking at it as a whole, it's more. I'd be more down for pub stomping and administrative stuff.
Right. Right. And well, you know what? Maybe we need to create like a 30 and over league, so that way we have more we have more of a
Hey,
chance.
I thought about that. I thought about doing.
But that's also one thing that I like about our org is we put family first. Like yes, we want to be competitive in every game that we have competitive teams, but family comes before anything, and that's one of the things that drew me to Ulfhednar was that we understand that your personal life comes first, and then your commitment to the org comes second, third, fourth, whatever it is. So I get what you're coming from. Luckily, my kids are older. Kids are 17 and 15, so pretty good. Yours are just the youngins, so
Oh yeah.
you got a little ways to go. All right. The other thing I want to ask, man, is what do you do in your free time then? Because I know you've taken a step away from gaming, and I get that. But what does Carb do to unwind?
What do I do to unwind? Oh man,
Because you don't have any
a
bad
lot of the yard.
habits. You don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't chew tobacco. Like, what do you do to unwind, man?
I I do a lot of yard work, unfortunately. um, I do try to golf a lot when I. A lot of it, I mean, a lot of it is now it's kind of just been hanging out with my wife when I can.
Hmm.
Um, I think that's an important thing. I mean, so focused on work and stuff through the day than the kids, and at night, I mean, it's like I could game, but a lot of times, I mean, sometimes you just want to be with your significant other.
Hmm.
Um, so I don't. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have played other downtime and wine, but nothing when we were playing Blackout or anything like that. It's not like
Right.
I'm more like here and there type stuff, like random, like in a random Overwatch game or a random League of Legends, um, stuff like that. I'm not an exciting guy, so there, there's not a lot that I do to unwind.
All right, so let me ask you this then, and this is something I've asked TG and I've asked Crip, and I'm going to continue to ask to everybody I have on my podcast. What is your favorite video game of all time? Of all time, like we can go all the way back to like Atari Nintendo days.
Mm, man, trying the game. I'm trying to think of the game. Oh, you know what? I want to say it was the original Black Ops.
Really, Black Ops
That's
One.
Black Ops One. Um, I I know when I first was wanting to play competitively, like right when Modern Warfare first came out, Call of Duty 4, I sucked ass. I I I put in my time, probably more time than I should have in that, and I was think towards the end of it, right before Blackout or Black Ops came out, um, I started getting a little bit better. But as soon as I got into Black Ops, it was like something clicked for me then. I was actually ranked number one in the world on hardcore for Black Ops for I want to say 4 months. I was averaging like 55 kills a game in hardcore, um, but that's where uh, I was honed into my craft. And like I would talk the maddest shit to anybody who I was playing against, and it was it was fun. Like I just that's what I remember the most in that game. That's kind of what got my roots mainly into Call of Duty and competitive as a whole. That just boosted my confidence through the roof then.
See,
But yeah,
I don't see you as a shit
it was.
talker though. Like, I mean, we've gamed
Uh,
so many times together, like me, you, Crip, and occasionally when the Canadian Jello came around. Like, but I don't see you talking shit to people. So, like, what changed between then and I don't know 6 months ago?
um, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if it was more mature. Like I even before then. See, this is the funny thing. I talked a lot of shit when I first Jello too, and he actually it was Call of Duty Ghosts when I first actually. This is kind of background how I met Jello. Sidebar, but he was with a group of his Canadian buddies. I joined in against the other team, and I think it was the open lobbies before where people could like talk shit beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So him and his buddies were just talking mad shit the whole time. And you're gonna get your ass kicked, kid. You don't know what's coming to you. So I tore the shit out of him. That's just how that happened. And it was like one of those things where like you know how like the people will come up to you after they just got their ass beat, like saying, hey man, you think you could join up with us or something?
Right.
Well, that's what Jello did to me. So ever since then we've been good gaming buddies and good friends outside of that too. But um shit, I just lost my train of thought.
welcome to
Um
welcome to adulthood.
yeah, I know. Happens all the time. Um shit. What were we just talking about?
Well, I was about to say that I can't see Jello being a shit talker either. Like,
Oh, shit talking, yeah.
he's literally the nicest guy
No,
I've
he
ever
was.
met on the internet.
Oh, yeah. You'd think Canadian, he would be. I'm surprised, but no, I used to talk mad shit back when I was in college and stuff too. I think after having a kid, kind of having to watch my mouth more, just having that in the back of my mind, I really kind of toned it down. Plus, I've never been arrogant either. I've never been cocky. It was more just in the moment, just the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think Call of Duty brings out the worst in people, honestly.
Yes, it does. I actually I think any first person shooter. I mean, I've seen it with Rainbow Six, with Counter Strike. Counter Strike especially. Counter Strike is extremely toxic. That shit is crazy.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I can go into one of their lobbies anymore. All right, man. I know you're on your lunch break, and I want to let you get some nutrition in before you got to go back to work. But one of the things, like I talked about earlier, is what I want to start doing is I want to give you the last 60 seconds to say it is whatever you want, as long as it's not about politics or about religion, because
Damn
that
it.
that just creates problems. Wait, so
Yeah, I don't do that shit.
right, you got 60 seconds, brother, to say whatever it is that is on your mind.
I guess I'm just very appreciative of everybody who has been part of the org or who is still part of the org. I don't say it enough. I know I don't show it as much as I should, but I truly do appreciate it, especially you guys, you and Crypt, G, Jello. A lot of people were. I mean, we wouldn't be where we're at today. I see great things happening. I know we have people who are vested in the future. I think we do great things. And I'm in it for the long haul. I didn't start this up just to kind of have it go to the wayside. I know it may seem that way, especially people looking at me right now, but I'm still working on things behind if I'm not always present. But I'll be active more. I'm gonna be Twitter. I'll be gaming more too. I know that. But again, I really thank everybody for putting their time in with the org and helping out where they can. I'm excited to see where we're gonna. Not just the end of this year, but the many years we keep going after this. I just thank everybody who ends up watching this or is tuned in now. Can't wait to put the beat down on Crips. Shorter than me.
You hear that, Crip? He's coming. He's coming.
He's not too far away.
I'm not
I'll
too
meet
far
I'll meet
away
him at
either.
Hacienda. Just say I'll meet you at Hacienda Grip. How about that?
But that's one of the things that people who aren't in the admin status, and this is not just for our org, for any org, there's always things working on or being worked on behind the scenes that we don't advertise even to our members because we don't want to promise them something and then it doesn't happen. I mean,
Yep.
that's that's a number one role model for businesses. You need to celebrate your successes, not celebrate your failures. So
Yep. And that's the mindset I have now too. Because my position where I'm at, my job now with people underneath me, it's one of those things like you can't, unless you know for a fact it's going to happen, you can never promise. You can only speculate and hope for the best. I shouldn't say hope because it all comes down to how hard you want to work at it.
exactly.
You're not going to get results just by hoping. That that's my outlook on it.
That's a perfect outlook to have. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go on with you. Finish your lunch break. Let you get something to eat before you hop back in and do your thing. I want to thank you for stopping out. I really do appreciate it. But now you broadcast out to the internet, man. Now everybody sees the face, so you can't hide no more.
Damn it.
You can't hide no
Damn.
more. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This was a little bit shorter than usual, but this gentleman took time out of his day to be with us, time out of his job to be with us. So we really appreciate that. Um, I will see you guys next time on the Wolf Den podcast, and we're gonna have a surprise guest for you next week. So make sure you tune in. Check my Twitter out. I will be sure to tweet out the surprise guest. Until then, see you guys.